Uh, everyone can see our little thing in the corner. Good.
Wait, what thing in the corner?
Live on YouTube. Because
Is that not necessarily there?
I think I usually just cut it out, or rather, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Hey, how's it going,
Hey,
Josh?
what's up?
Nothing. How's it going? Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Ow!
Now I'm uncomfortable.
Minutes before we got on, I poured myself some iced coffee and was gonna put like a dash of cinnamon, and I had like a cinnamon explosion in my kitchen, and now there's like cinnamon permanently as part of the grout in the kitchen floor. And I also just like ate like a spoonful of cinnamon
On
inadvertently.
purpose?
No.
Well, it looks delightful. It looks like milk is what it looks like.
Yeah, it's I make like a concentrated cold brew coffee thing so that I can have extra milky but also super strong.
I like that.
It's a little bit of a coffee milk experience.
Because you're a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. I say that like I don't drink the exact same thing. It's fine.
Do you? Is that how you
Yeah,
do it?
I need a ton of creamer, a little bit of sweetener. I need it to be creamy.
Oh, also, like, for what it's worth, as a person who is sometimes very much on his game, like health wise, I just ate like a box of cookies. I'm like fucking mainlining sugar.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
what kind of cookies were they?
Total Impulse by Trader Joe's. It's like their Halloween JoJo's, which are basically their fake Oreo Hydrox type thing, except
they have orange in the middle.
Yeah, it's like it's not flavored differently. It's just colored orange, and the cookie shape is a little jack-o'-lantern face.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about because Oreo does the exact same thing. And I hate that it doesn't have a new flavor. It's just like, oh, haha, it's orange. That's not Halloween. I mean, it is, but shut up.
I mean, I actually wouldn't want anything that they would potentially put in there. Like, I'm not a big pumpkin spice person.
Says the guy that just swallowed a spoonful of cinnamon. Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure. I love cinnamon, but like, do I need nutmeg? I do not.
I mean, nutmeg's
And do I
nice.
need pumpkin itself? No.
No, pumpkin is unnecessary in pumpkin spice. You just need the spices. Is
it just cinnamon and nutmeg?
I don't know. Clove. I don't know.
Yeah, clove is like too strong for me.
Yeah, you just need a dash. A dash of a dash.
I don't think I like clove anything. When I
You know what? Hold up. I have to stop this and rename it in Twitch. So you keep talking for the people on YouTube.
All right. Hey, people of YouTube. Hear my words and know that I am your master.
Oh shit.
Bow unto me.
He's doing it.
Today is the day. Mark it in your calendar. Know it forever. Inscribe it upon your heart.
Keep going.
You shall have no leader but me. I am your God. You will make offerings of gold and spice and blood.
Well, you know what? I thought you were just going to talk about spices, but hey, this is great. Okay, we're back on Twitch. Okay,
Hey, everybody, just a casual conversation about cinnamons and stuff.
Cinnamons, yay. What about a nice glug during Christmas?
No, and here's the thing. So, like,
Yeah.
we recently had a conversation about how neither of us likes boozy food. So I don't like clovey tasting things.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna include probably clove cigarettes, which I remember smelling and thinking that they
What do you like, 12?
right. Like I used to be friends with this goth girl when I was a teenager, and she smoked clove cigarettes, and I was like, oh, let me get in on this. Holy shit, I think I'm fucking stoned. What happened? And it's just like, what the hell? But yeah, so like I don't like glug. I don't like hot alcohol, and I don't like mold. Like none of that appeals to me. And I get the idea behind it where you're like outdoors and it's like there's a marketplace or something and you're looking at all the cute things and you
That
want
does
to
sound
drink, but
nice.
you also want to be warm. I still don't like, I'd rather have hot chocolate or coffee or something.
Okay, I respect that, but you are very wrong.
Okay. I mean, I also like I barely drink anything anymore, but like never in my life, even when I like used to go out all the time, uh was like hot alcohol an inducement for me.
Yeah, you know those young 20 somethings just getting wasted on glug and partying all night.
I listen, depends on who you hang out with. Like
Sure. But you're not like planning to get fucked up with glug. It just happens.
I mean, I've like, okay, so I've been to dinner parties or probably like hosted dinner parties where glug was served, and like glug just equals like nap time to me. Like it's not like the launching of a party and festive time. It's like, oh well, bye.
Okay, before we wrap this whole glug thing up.
Why would we wrap this up? Like people are tuned in to find out what Josh thinks of glug.
I know. But Aldi has a winter wine every year, a cherry winter wine, like I don't know what it's called, cherry and just regular. And I mean, there's so much sugar, but it's Christmas to me. I love it so much.
Okay, so
Anyway.
wait, we gotta talk about Aldi for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So Aldi is like the cousin of Trader Joe's, or like it's actually started by like the brother of the guy that owns Trader Joe's, like owns Aldi.
I think Aldi was first and then Trader Joe's. They made Trader Joe's from that. I think.
So I, up until recently, I had only ever been inside of Aldi's outside of the United States, and they have a little bit of a warehouse aesthetic. So like I went into an Aldi recently in the great state of Rhode Island, the Ocean State, and it was just like a Trader Joe's, except that all of the food had just been thrown on the floor as if to say, anyone shopping here is human fucking garbage.
Yeah, that sounds like Aldi.
Prove me wrong. And it was like, it was so fucking disgusting.
Oh, see, they're really trying, at least in my area, to improve and be not so gross, taking out the fluorescent lights and the weird tile on the floor. But even then, like since like the past 3 years, once I was working full time and doing everything else, I was like, Andy, I'm not grocery shopping anymore. I will order groceries online, but I'm done. I hate it. And I'm the only one that can do it. So I'm just going to do it online. So I can't really speak to it.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
will.
I do like I do all the food shopping, and occasionally I get like railroaded into making grocery shopping choices that I would never make ordinarily. And it's
Wait, what does that mean?
like I basically get like forced into going to a farmer's market that I wouldn't go to, where I have to pay like 8 times the price that I would otherwise pay.
Yeah.
And I understand that the theory behind it is that this is going to go directly to the farm, or like a co-op of farms or something.
Right.
I have my doubts. I used to belong to a couple of different CSAs that were like, they would advertise as, here's what you do. You pay us in advance for the whole growing season. We're going to give you like a selection of the best stuff before it goes to market. And, it's going to be like radically less than you would pay if you were just buying it at a farmer's market or a grocery store or whatever. In fact, they give you the shit that is not the best because they're trying to sell the best.
Right. Was it one of those ugly fruit things where they're like, you get the ugly produce and it's cheap because we can't sell it?
No, they hadn't even figured out nobody had, at least in this, like in New York that I'm aware of,
Mm,
like come up with like that as like a way to market their stuff.
yeah.
Like they were just lying to us. I mean, it was probably still like good for the farm and a better deal more often than not, but it was definitely not like the pick of the litter stuff like they were promising.
Right. I can't, I try every once in a while, I'll try to do like one of those, not so much I've given up completely on CSAs because I will not, it'll all end up in the garbage. But like the meal subscription stuff, like once a year, I'll be like, no, it's going to work out this time. And I hate it. I can't do it.
Is that the meal subscription thing where like they send you the ingredients and directions to make it yourself?
Yep. I like literally just tried one a month ago and I was like, they're like, hey, it only takes 5 minutes to prepare and 30 minutes to cook overall. And I'm in the kitchen for like an hour and it's still not done. And I'm angry and I hate it. I can't do it.
Um, I have tried those things at friends' houses, and I'm always amazed that anyone would ever buy them or serve them or eat them.
Mhm. To be fair, the one I did, it was like literally $1.50 a meal for like 3 weeks. So I was like,
That's
I can't lose.
Yeah, but is that actually going to feed you for $1.50 a meal?
Oh yeah, it was too much food. I had to throw away leftovers all the time.
Can you explain what like standard meals would be in that thing?
Well, I ordered it was I think nope. Yeah, 20 meals a week. They had the option of 2 servings per meal or 4 servings. And we got 3 people in the house. So I got 4 servings, 5 days. And it was too much food. I don't know. Each meal would have like a pound of meat in it and vegetables. It was delightful. It was not bad at all.
So
It
wait, are
was
they sending you like fresh vegetables,
mhm.
and like how does it arrive? Is it like frozen?
No,
Like
no, 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 no. It comes in a box that's all like insulated with ice packs with fresh meat contained, whatever. And then on top of that is a box of all the fresh fruits, I mean, vegetables and spices and anything, any grain you might need for it has everything except for like butter or like, yeah, like butter or olive oil or whatever. It was, hey, if I like to cook, I probably still do it, but I hate cooking. And I was
oh,
hoping this would help.
I love to cook.
Mm,
Which is one of the reasons why like these subscription services seem like a nightmare to me.
yeah.
But what you're describing seems like an impossibly good value.
Oh,
If
it
the
was a
if the
deal.
ingredients are good.
Yeah, no, it was a special. Like it wasn't like that all the
I
time.
see. I
I
see.
had like some, I don't know, they really wanted to promote their shit. So they're like, we're giving away everything. But it, like if I'd stayed with it, it would have been like $5 a meal. So I don't know, something like that.
Which is still like a very
Oh
good
yeah, it's
value.
still great.
Yeah.
But it was so much food, I ended up throwing a lot out because they would just go bad.
Yeah, a hard lesson for me that I had to admit to myself years ago is that if I get a head of lettuce, I'm just going to let a head of lettuce rot until I throw it away. But if I buy a bag or like a fucking plastic carton, either one of which is like horrible for the earth,
Yeah,
I'm going to have fresh lettuce. I'm going to have salads. I'm going to have like that as part of
absolutely.
my
No,
regular meals.
I'm the same way. If I get a head of lettuce, I'll be like, what am I gonna fucking, I don't want to do all that work. It's just gonna sit there forever. And then if I cut it up, where am I gonna put it? A bag? It's the same thing.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like if I cut up a head of lettuce to make
Uh-huh.
salads or put on sandwiches,
Mm-hmm.
I have to put it in something. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you're not using it, yes, you have to
right.
store it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna use a whole head of lettuce at once, Josh. Sorry.
You know what I've been into recently, which is sort of the cousin of that, is I've been into roasting cabbage, which is like a super easy thing to do. Like you literally just like slice it into like big sort of like steak sized chunks.
Oh yeah, I tried that once and it failed miserably. What's the trick?
Um, Slather it in olive oil, lots of olive oil, salt and
Mhm.
pepper, and I like to like pulverize, like I smash some garlic in with it and makes it nice.
Mhm.
And like it's if you do it right, and sometimes I fuck it up and I'm not sure how I've fucked it up, but if you do it right, it's got like a nice like it's soft but also crisp.
Oh,
So um it it can be really good, and it's really like it couldn't be easier as far as just like salt, pepper, garlic, olive oil. Maybe you flip it once in the middle. I do it probably around 400 degrees and then to like probably around 40 minutes. So like flip it in the middle. Try, I don't know, try it. See
all
how it
right.
goes.
Okay, will do.
It's tasty.
Hold on, I'm getting a text, everybody. My husband wants to know what I'm doing.
Hey, tell him I said hi. Hi. Hello, Andy.
Josh says hi.
Thank you.
Exclamation point, no, period.
Period.
uh okay, let's leave it an hour. That's not enough
Oh,
time.
oh.
We have food to talk about.
Right? There's, this is our food blog podcast.
Welcome to Diners and Drive-Ins with Josh and Tressa.
uh, I never really watched that show.
Me
I
neither.
heard that guy was very nice in real life. That's the scuttlebutt. I heard he was very nice.
I can't say either way, so I'll just, yep, absolutely. Hey, let's talk about Black Summer episode 5.
Yeah.
5?
Guys, we're here to talk about season 1, episode 5 of Black Summer, which is a zombie show. And if you haven't seen it yet, we're gonna like spoil the whole episode just by chatting about it. So if you don't want it spoiled, pause and start again. Oh, you're back. Welcome back.
Welcome. Boy, I really liked this episode.
Yeah, there's like I mean, okay. So I love this episode also.
Mhm.
Um, I I a little bit feel like we all knew where this episode was headed within about 10 seconds.
Sure.
And it took the entire episode to get there. So like as far as criticisms go, there's like there's 10 seconds of plot over the course of a full episode.
Don't make me second guess, okay? I like this episode.
I liked it too. I mean, there's a lot of like real-time bargaining for your life.
You're not wrong about any of it. I'm just saying, I don't know. The best parts happened at the beginning and the end, obviously. And the middle, sure. But I had fun with it. It was good. Man. Okay, so let's just dig into it. I mean, come on.
Okay, so wait, I just want to talk about some of the character names that we learn in this and previous episodes. So previously we met Barbara, and she's dead because she was in the car accident. She is the old lady in the car that dies.
Correct.
She's not even that old. She's just like a middle-aged woman. She's
right.
She's posited as the old lady.
Right. The grandma.
One of our new people that we meet is Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the new zombies that was made last episode is Marvin, or 2 episodes ago is Marvin. He was the supposed driver of the truck that like that the other people came from that were trying to like kill our main people. So I just think it's fun that they named them Barbara, Carmen, and Marvin, because it seems like somebody's setting up to like write a silly rhyme about like, if somebody was making sort of like an homage to Bismarcky, like you'd be like hanging out at the diner with my friends Carmen, Barbara, and Marvin.
Okay, keep going with that. I want to hear a whole limerick about it. Go now.
There was an old woman named Barbara in a car accident
caused by Marvin.
Wait, what's the rhyme scheme again for a limerick?
I have no idea, dude. I don't read.
It's a 5-line poem. The first 2 lines rhyme, the second 2 line rhymes, and the 5th line rhymes with the first 2.
You know what? Forget I said it. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
But wait, is there a rhyme scheme, or like is there like a set number of syllables? Do you know if there's like, because there's a meter to it? There was an old man from Nantucket.
Yeah. I don't know. I know that it's lyrical. That's what I know. And the Nantucket thing. That's all I know.
Okay. All right. Well, I will let our fans, none of them, who are poetry buffs, get back to us about limericks.
Yeah.
Do limericks come from County Limerick? Like, do they originate there? Are they about County Limerick originally?
Look at my face. I don't know. I don't know.
Are you at all of Irish extraction and therefore should know, because like we've decided that like anyone who's an ethnic anything has to be an expert on everything about that thing?
Right. I think I'm more Scottish than Irish, but I also am not positive.
Okay, so hold on a second. Not that long ago, I was quoting the movie Highlander, which is all about your personal history.
That's right.
And you did not seem to like it.
I found it offensive. I don't think that you represented my people well. And I didn't care for it one bit, Josh.
Well, I hope to gang a gloy with you sometime and convince you otherwise.
Okay.
That's Robert Burns.
Oh my god, dude.
So I mean, you know,
Mhm.
the great poet of Scotland.
Yeah, he's like practically my dad. What do you mean?
um Wait, was Robert Louis Stevenson Scottish?
Dude, I have no idea.
Cool.
Hey, I've got a great idea.
You want to talk about the show?
No. We should make this a literary podcast because I don't think I've said enough that I don't read.
Well, but you listen to things. You could listen to audiobooks if you chose.
Yes, no. When I say I don't read, it means I do not have the attention span to read more than a sentence. I would love to read a book, and I'm not, it's not like I'm so cool, I don't need to read. I'm not like Kanye West or something. My ADHD is not allow it.
Finally, we're getting into Kanye.
That's right.
Well, because he's from Chicago. You live in Chicago. I assume you guys are good buds.
So this is like an ethnically Chicago thing. So I'm supposed to know all about him. Is that what you're saying?
Wait, ethnically Chicago? Should that be the name of our sub podcast?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Wait. Okay, so I took us down a cul-de-sac, a dead-end street, where I talked about Marvin, Barbara, and Carmen. And then you brought up limericks.
I just said you needed to tell me one. I didn't mean to go on such a tangent. I apologize.
I'm not blaming you. All right. Black Summer. All right.
Yeah.
Most of this episode takes place inside the diner that the people that are part of the storyline have like isolated themselves in with two zombies outside.
Yes. Manny and Barbara. Right? No, not Manny, Marvin.
Yeah, Marvin, who we never met in life. We only know in death. And Barbara, who we seem like a survivor, but
nope.
C'est la vie. So they're the zombies outside. They are not sufficiently distracted by the outside world to wander off.
They know there's food in there.
Yeah, they keep forgetting, but then they keep remembering. So we've got William and Son, William Velez, sometimes known as Velez.
Yes.
And then inside we meet Carmen and Phil and shit. Who's the other dude's name?
Manny. I was getting Manny and Marvin confused, but yeah.
Okay. So Manny is telling Carmen all about how he used to get beat up as a kid and how he decided that one day he had to man up. And it's this whole thing. It's this whole dumb monologue about his idea of masculinity.
Right. The reason why he's filled with toxic masculinity is because he got picked on in school.
Yeah, I mean, he seems terrible. Like from the moment we meet him, and then we meet Phil, who just seems like we should get away from this guy. Like he's got a very realistic looking special effects sore on his nose.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah, it was super gross. Like, and just based on that, and if he had never said anything, he was getting voted off the island.
I think it was more about the teeth than the nose wound, but yes, I agree.
Yeah. Like from the very beginning, he was trying to convince Velez to like form an alliance, and we're gonna have to like get rid of the dead weight because like we're not gonna make it if we try to save everybody. So we have to like make hard choices, is how he phrased it, or like, you know, tough decisions are gonna have to be made or something like that.
But before he pulls him aside and is like, let's have a man to man because whatever. William is yelling at him and like, we're here because your asshole friend drove me off the road. What the fuck? And he's like, hey man, you know the rules of the road.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Okay, good. It's not just me. What are the fucking rules of the road? What?
So I think this is what comes down to like there are people who like for real in life, if there's no one to tell them otherwise, they believe that the rules of the purge are in effect.
So in this universe, the purge was a thing.
It's just like a full, yeah, like everybody go nuts, murder anyone you want.
The Purge franchise was a popular movie franchise in this universe, is what you're saying.
Kind of. I mean, like, I've actually never seen any of those Purge movies.
Ooh,
But
the
like,
first one's really good. Or not the
is it?
first one, the one that's like it lays out the first purge. It like, because you get the behind the scenes, it's all about how the rich just want to destroy poor people. Oh, it's so good.
Oh,
I think that's the only one I've
interesting.
seen. But anyway.
So, well, maybe I'm like, uh, I I don't have firsthand knowledge of the movie. I have sort of pop culture through osmosis knowledge
Yeah.
of the movie, so my understanding of it might not be perfect.
Oh, that's whatever. That's fine. I don't care.
Okay. Yeah.
But also, we get introduced to the horde, or not the idea that there is a horde. I don't think they talked about it in previous episodes, did they?
No, this is the first I've heard of it. And so
It's a great concept. Like Carmen and Manny are telling Son about hearing a rumble, like it's a herd of buffalo, and they look down off a cliff. I'm assuming. I don't. In my head, she's looking down off a cliff, and she realizes it's miles and miles of a zombie horde. Jesus Christ.
are you all right? Is everything okay?
Zombie horde. And so that's, everyone knows now anyway that there's a giant miles wide horde headed their way, which is
So
wild.
so is the idea that like you know, they're like lemmings or sheep, they just all follow whatever the other ones are doing? Do they know, like, does a zombie recognize like, I'm a zombie, he's a zombie, we're the same thing?
Well, I don't know if they recognize it, but they know that they're not living in food. It's
Right,
just,
they know not to eat other zombies.
right. Like in Walking Dead, they tell each other apart by smell. So the living sometimes smear, like kill a zombie and then smear guts all over them, so they smell like zombies and they can walk through zombie crowds. So maybe it's a little bit of something like that.
That's a pretty good move.
Yeah, it's great until it starts to rain.
Well, but wouldn't that also sort of wash the zombie smell off of zombies too?
No, because it's like inside of them and coming out of their mouths and their buttholes and their eyeballs and their.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're in a rainstorm, like, can you smell? Can you smell? Can you smell in a rainstorm?
I can smell rain.
Hmm.
Touche. I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
whatever.
You're right. 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 Um, so when a zombie attacks a living person
Mhm,
to eat them,
mhm.
and in the process of eating that person gets zombified,
Mhm.
does the first hungry zombie just stop?
No, they stop once the victim turns into a zombie.
That's what I'm saying. They become zombified.
Right. Okay. Yeah, they do. Once the victim starts to move from turning into a zombie, from what I've seen, yeah, they
Mhm.
stop and they're just like, this is old now. I think.
This meat has turned.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I don't know what I'm talking
I
about.
paid $1.50 per meal, and it included this as part of it.
And it has turned,
Yeah,
literally.
choices were made. Um, okay, so the horde is introduced. There's like a horrifying wave of thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of zombies that cannot be stopped under any circumstances. They will, like ants, like, just walk over each other if they encounter running water or anything else. Like, they're just going to keep going and going.
Yes, which I wonder if that was like borrowed a little bit from the World War Z movie, because I don't remember seeing that before that movie. Anyway,
I feel like that might have been in something, maybe.
it's logical. I mean, they don't, why would they care? Of course they're going to step
Is that in like maybe Evil Dead, like, or Army of Darkness or something?
probably. Yeah.
Maybe.
It sounds very Army of Darkness.
Everything comes back to Army of Darkness.
It's true.
Is your dog turning into a zombie?
Yeah.
A zom dog?
She smells like it too. Are you done?
Gross.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
Oh, wait, but as a person of Scottish extraction, you probably make haggis all the time, which is
Yeah,
like
obviously.
um, a sheep's stomach stuffed with meat and barley.
You know, when before we went to Canada, Andy was talking about the last time he was there, which uh, the only thing he could tell me about it, like any of his meals there, is that he had vegan haggis, which sounds disgusting. Not that haggis regular is any better, but yeah,
What would vegan haggis be?
I don't fucking know. I think it had raisins in it. I don't know.
See, I feel like raisins in anything other than maybe an oatmeal raisin cookie,
Mm-hmm.
like, it's hard to defend the presence of a raisin in any food other than that.
I feel like there's a Middle Eastern dish that has,
There are Middle Eastern dishes, and there are like medieval dishes,
right,
like literally,
mincemeat,
like,
perhaps.
what?
Mincemeat, perhaps.
Maybe there's no
But
meat in mincemeat, right? I
I
think I
don't,
think
I
I
don't.
think mincemeat is not a meat product of any kind.
Why are we talking about this? Anyway,
You said you
oh
were
yeah,
introduced to the concept of vegan haggis.
because you brought up haggis and okay.
You brought up being Scottish, therefore you opened the door.
Fine.
They will never take our freedom.
Listen, there can be only one.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna like delete you from the stream.
uh
Okay,
Tressa.
I would never, Josh. Come on.
Tressa.
Come on. I have a question about the horde though. Like,
Wait. Before we talk about the horde, let me just speak directly to everyone and tell them that from the dawn of time we came, moving silently down through the centuries, living many secret lives, struggling to reach the time of the gathering, when the few who remain would battle to the end. No one has ever known we were among you until now. Here we are, born to be kings. We're the princes of the universe.
that was beautiful.
I can do every jot and tittle and every sound effect from that movie from memory.
Wow.
Therefore, I shall.
All right, let me get my snacks. You know what I was obsessed with for way too long was the Highlander syndicated TV show. I loved it.
You know, I've actually almost seen none of it.
I loved it. I'm not saying it's good, but I loved it.
Yeah. I'm probably ready now to watch that.
Yeah.
It's been decades. So I can probably do it.
You're going to be mad because it's not exactly like the movie.
Right. Well, it's very hard because like the first movie sets up in canon a lot of things that they threw out with a sequel, and then they threw out with a show. And like I can't be mad at them for trying to make money.
Sure.
Or trying to please their fans. Like I am their fan, but I was not pleased. But like, I guess I'm hard to please. Anyway, Tressa's on mute, so I'm just gonna do my whole Highlander shtick right now. So the camera zooms in to a wide shot inside Madison Square Garden where professional wrestling is happening. It's not clear why we're there, but then there's a fight in the parking lot.
Are you sure this isn't Spider-Man? This sounds like Spider-Man.
No.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. No, it's not Spider-Man. It's not part of the Spider-Verse. Do you have a favorite Spider-Man or Spider-Man?
No, I can't choose. They're all great. Oh, are you talking about the movies, or are you talking about the different Spider-Man from the Spider-Verse?
I meant the different Spider-Man from the Spider-Verse, but you could respond with one of the movies if you have a favorite.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. You?
It's a hard decision because they are all great and worthy heroes.
It's true. God damn, these dogs are loud.
So wait, we were talking about a TV show called Black Summer. Dirty Black Summer. Once again, baiting Danzig's lawyers. I'm not,
Yeah. So they come up with a plan, and they're gonna do 2 people on each zombie, and then Sun's gonna make a distraction so they get distracted so they can jump them, and it does not work.
Yeah, the idea is that like they can't sit and wait indefinitely because the horde is coming.
Right.
That's a fun device that like keeps the time pressure on anything.
Yeah. It's great. I love the horde idea. I
Yeah,
love it. I
yeah.
don't 100% understand how they were able to get so far from it that they can just not. I mean, there was a time crunch, but it seemed like they would be closer if they were able to see it and get away from it. You know what I mean?
Did you notice the sound effects for the fly in the diner?
Oh God, yeah, it was
Right?
gross.
I was
So
like,
gross.
I was jumping around. I thought that it was in the room with me.
No, yes, and that made me think like that diner has got to smell so bad. The zombie apocalypse has got to be one of the worst smelling things
Oh, for sure.
ever. It's got
For
to be
sure. Like
disgusting.
just there's dead bodies everywhere rotting.
Yes.
And if they're not rotting, they're like coming after you
And still rotting
and
at the
still
same
rotting.
time.
So it's interesting because William is like, this place sucks. And right at that moment, Phil emerges from the back of the diner, like, this place rules. And
He's got
he's
a
like,
giant can of mushrooms.
yeah, he's just happy about some canned food.
Oh,
Which,
that reminded me. Hey, do you remember that one time we were in a diner eating breakfast and a giant semi tried to go under a bridge and accordion to the top of it?
what?
Okay, you don't know it.
Where were we?
Wherever you went to school at, and I was visiting, and I believe we were, or at least I was hungover, and I ordered a really bad omelet, and I was not happy with it. And we heard this huge noise, and everyone looked out to the side, and the top of the truck was just accordion back. It was too tall for the bridge. You don't remember that?
I don't have any. I remember you visiting, but I don't
Mhm.
remember that. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was wild.
Fuck, I used to have photographic memory, and now I am apparently fucking half brain dead because I am telling people about stuff that they have already heard from me that I think I only just learned about.
Hey, that's my life story.
um so I don't know if I don't know if my mind fell victim to the
You know what?
pandemic.
I think it was just the trauma of seeing all that merchandise and the vehicle being ruined.
Do you remember what was in it?
No, I have no idea. I don't think we even knew. It was
So
just the
wait,
top.
it was morning and we were having breakfast in a diner, not like we went out at midnight to a place
No,
that
no,
was open
no.
all night.
It was morning, early afternoonish,
Mm-hmm.
and it was in a diner just like this one.
Well, shit. I can think of a couple places that might have been, and I don't know which one it was, and I can't picture the accordion truck, and I wish I could. Um, I uh, okay, so just here's like a tidbit about Boston. There is a road called Sturrow Drive that has a couple of slightly low bridges over it that
Mhm.
runs through the heart of the city. Um, or no, that's not true. It runs very centrally on the edge of Boston. The other side of the Charles River is Cambridge. And so like college kids every year, like Boston's a huge college town, new college kids come, they don't know not to take Sturrow Drive. And starting in August, every single day, a U-Haul gets
Oh,
gets stuck
honey.
every day, at least one a day for a month, over and over and
Man.
over. There are signs, but there aren't many, and there aren't like they're not gonna. If you
No, you
don't
know
if you
what?
don't know better, you're gonna get it.
If I were a stupid kid in a U-Haul, I'd be like, okay, but there's no way they would make a U-Haul so tall that it couldn't do this. It's fine. That's what happens.
Yeah, every year.
Stupid kids. Okay, so wait, going back.
Going back, You and
They
I once ate in a diner.
yeah. Can you believe it? It's crazy. Their plan failed and they come back in and they're like, oh God, that was rough. Oh Jesus. And they start fighting with each other because it didn't work and they're all frustrated.
Well, their
And
plan was stupid to begin with. Like
yeah, it
they didn't
was.
even really agree on a plan.
Oh,
And their plan was not based in logic and strategy. It was just like terror and we got to do something. And I'm scaring the fuck out of you and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Like
yeah.
I'm making you do it because I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Manny's weapon was a small fire extinguisher. What? Dude, no. So they're arguing, and Carmen says a great line that I love so much. She says, "You listen to me. Fuck you."
That is a good line. That is a good line. I don't know why I didn't note that down. That's a great line. You listen to me. Fuck you. End of statement.
I'm gonna put that on my outgoing voicemail. uh,
Wait, were we talking recently about phone numbers that spelled things?
yes, you were.
So when I lived at Studs 97, the outgoing message was like a minute-long clip from the movie House Party, which I was obsessed with.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can see that. We get a look at Rose and Spears and weird guy who let them out of the school. And they're not doing good. They're just walking through a forest. And
Yeah, we don't know that guy's name yet, do we?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't even know who he is to look him up. So Rose starts hallucinating. Just a little snippet to show that they are not doing well.
Yeah, how is it that they are doing so much worse than the other people that we've seen in the same amount of time? Because it seems like looking at Rose and Spears and that guy, they have been marching for like a week plus with no food or water and no sleep.
Right. What? I mean, there was a car chase with the diner people, so they had to have been driving for a long time, but that long? It seems excessive.
I feel like yeah, I feel like there's something that just doesn't match up. But I will accept it because what do I have to
Right.
whatever.
And they still haven't slept, I don't think.
Right. No one should be sleeping.
Well, if you don't sleep, you will die.
Right, but I mean it's like you've got to have sort of
one eye open, like that awesome song.
What's the song?
I don't know, the one where he says sleep with one eye open.
You're talking about Enter Sandman?
Yeah, that's the one.
What can you sing it for me?
Nope.
What? Why not?
I forgot the lyrics already. I'm sorry.
Are you speaking of Enter Sandman? Are
Neil
you
Gaiman? No, I'm not Neil Gaiman. What?
You can say Neil Gaiman?
Is it Gaiman? I've been saying Gaiman forever.
I think it's Gaiman.
I don't read. What were you saying?
I don't know. Well, no, I was going to ask you if you were familiar with that and if you liked it or whatever.
I don't read. I watched a couple of the episodes and I enjoyed them. They didn't blow me away, but I enjoyed them.
I read the very first of the comics a long time ago, but then that was all of it. And I also read, I don't know if it's actually linked to it or not, a very old story called The Sandman by E.A. Hoffman, who's sort of like an early horror. He's like, in the time of Poe, like
Oh,
early horror.
right,
So
right.
I'm not sure if it's linked to that exactly.
Um,
And Metallica wrote a song, and it's
mhm.
been covered by lots of other bands, and it's pretty fun.
Fun, 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 fun. So they come up with the second plan, or they think that they do,
Yeah,
or Phil
nobody's
thinks that he
discussing how
does.
to sleep with one eye open. They discuss other
No,
plans.
yep, or Phil does anyway, because what an asshole this guy.
Yeah, Phil is like, listen, Sun doesn't speak English, therefore she's weak, and we should feed her to the zombies in order to get away. That's my plan.
That's a great plan, guy,
Like, he doesn't say it in so many words.
but he does.
He says it in way more words.
Yes, while also being xenophobic because she's not from here.
Right. And maybe no one in this diner is from there, possibly. Like, I'm not
Mm,
sure where Carmen and Manny are from. They said they came up through Arizona.
right, and they didn't have their papers, the papers that gets them on the bus to the
What are the
stadium.
fucking papers? Like, I swear, I avow I am not a zombie.
Yes, and a citizen of the United States, but definitely not a zombie because I checked this box twice.
Um, it seems so fucking weird. Like, Phil is really pushing William with like, look, you guys have been through the shit, so you're bonded. But do you trust her? Do you know her? Do you trust her? Do you know her? Do you know her? Do you trust her? Like, what the fuck does bonded and been through the shit mean other than I trust and know this person?
Yes, thank you. It
Is there some like hidden meaning that I am missing?
you know what? He just is so gross. I just assume that everything that he's talking about is some white supremacist talking point. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Thank you.
It would be, I don't know if this show is explicitly going to explore like other overt racists in a time of zombies, but I think that is hilarious. Like that, like, talk about like fighting while the house is on fire. Like,
Right.
um, I don't like the way you comb your hair,
How
and
dare you?
like, I mean, serious, like, yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was not to bring this up again, but it was a big chunk of the first couple episodes of The Walking Dead season 1 where these two hillbilly guys were like, we're not gonna fight zombies with these black guys. Like, no, fuck that. And oh, it, Josh, you should give Walking Dead another try. It
All
was
right,
fun.
you know what, I
Okay.
will,
Okay.
because it's time and I want to enjoy things. I don't want to be a hater.
Right.
Not everything is for me. Like, I have, I think that you can be in a good mood or a bad mood, and that can radically change how you feel about anything that you watch or read or whatever.
Absolutely.
um so if you think that you don't like something but you would rather like it than not like it, try it again. Who knows?
Yes. Wait till it's all blown over and you can enjoy it without the heat.
Yeah, yeah. um but like, I think I've mentioned a zombie show that I love that you have not seen yet, called Kingdom.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Maybe we should add that to the roster.
Maybe we should.
Oh, you know what? Our composer mentioned that he was really into that show too. Maybe we could have him on
Yes.
to discuss.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to the
So,
diner.
yes, Phil's trying to get everyone on his side to murder Son, basically. And
He is not as persuasive as he thinks he is.
no, nope.
Unfortunately. Plus, he has a small injury on his arm, which may or may
Right,
not
from
be
a door,
meaningful.
from a door, from a door, from a door.
I just scratched myself in the door.
Mhm.
Oh,
Which
really? Which door? The door.
stupid, the one that opens and closes and sometimes locks. So they're like going back and forth.
When is a door not a door?
Why do I feel like I should know this?
When it's ajar.
Oh, God damn it. God damn it. Thank you.
So Phil is like, come on, let's kill Son and throw her to the fucking wolves. And William is like, no fucking way. I'll fucking kill you. And he's holding Son back, but also he's like about to attack the dude himself. And meanwhile, Manny and Carmen are like in the back, not saying anything. And finally, fucking Jackoff's gun from the beginning of the episode.
Yep. Manny just destroys the back of his head with a fire extinguisher.
Manny mans up.
Yeah.
Manny seizes the opportunity to clock a bully in the back of the head when he's not looking.
Yep. Like a real man.
And then the group of them
Just
pulverize
a
the
dog pile.
dude and drag him out.
Like, how did he even survive that? That was gross sounding. It was
super.
wow.
Yeah. Good gross sound effects. Way to go in the sound mix. Those were delightful.
For sure. And they throw him out. They throw him out the door. And then we go back to Rose, Spears, and Weird Guy. And now Spears is having a hard time. Rose is like trying to help him, and Weird Guy is like, hey, whatever. I don't know what he does. But they're like, Rose is like, hey, do you see that? Is it just me? Because she doesn't know it's real anymore. And they're like,
right, they've literally been hallucinating.
Yeah.
They're like castaways picturing each other as like a leg of lamb or like a chicken pot pie or something.
Yummy aroma lines coming off the top of them, going straight to their nose.
Just floating through the air to that wonderful dish.
Yep. And they're in front of the diner.
Yeah, they're just standing right in front of the diner where all of this shit has been taking place.
Like, man, of all places.
Right.
We're gonna like combine the stories. Finally, that's great. But that sucks for you guys because they're having a hard time over there.
Right. So they see.
And she's like, how many or whatever? He's like, I've only got 2 bullets. And she's like, that's all we need. And he's like, yeah, if they don't move.
Yeah, if they sit still.
Which is very great. That was great because he's a terrible shot. So I'm glad he could admit that.
Like whether or not he was ever in the armed forces is still unknown. He's just got that dude's fatigues.
Right.
Yeah, so they have 2 bullets and they come upon the outside of a diner with 2 zombies roaming around out front. Although, they could have like taken their time because it's possible that there are more zombies just roaming around.
See, this is what I'm saying. You need to know your environment. You don't just go like meandering into places. You got to know what's going on first.
They're lucky that they didn't make enough noise to catch the attention of these zombies because they got pretty close.
And they're fucking exhausted.
Yeah, they're not at their best.
Spears almost just passed out in the middle of the street or road or whatever. That was a bad idea all around. I mean, I don't know what the alternative would have been. but just like going for it seemed like a poor choice.
Right.
But it all worked out because the guys in the diner threw, what's his name, Marvin out.
No, Phil. Marvin is a zombie outside.
Yeah. And they were all like, well.
Yeah, it's perfect timing. So Rose and Spears and that other dude roll up. They're hiding behind a vehicle and they're watching as the two zombies are milling around out front. And then William pops out with the body of Phil, who's like, no, please, oh my God, oh, please. Oh. Moments after
Like
trying to convince them all to murder Son. So right at that moment, he throws the body out. The zombies go for the body. Spears, is it Spears or the other guy with the gun?
It's Spears.
Spears has the gun.
He's got the army guy gun.
So he successfully shoots Barbara in the head. And
which alerts Marvin to his presence.
Right. And Marvin takes a body shot, which is not good enough.
No, come on, dude.
But everybody pig piles and does what they need to do to stop these zombies from being. And now we have a unified group.
But also imagine walking up on that and seeing all these people in this diner throwing somebody out just solely to be eaten.
Totally.
Like, how could you trust those people?
Great question. Great fucking question. And also, like, I did not fully understand what was happening with Rose at the very end of the scene inside the diner.
Oh yeah, that was like right before that. She was just like, she was shutting down, but in the diner, it didn't seem that much better, but she had some sort of confidence. It was a weird shot. I don't know.
Hang on a second. Hang on 2 seconds. Sorry.
So what you don't know about Josh is that when we were in that diner and he was he forgot that truck had gone under that bridge, what had happened was here he comes.
Sorry, I had cable issues.
Oh.
Right. So what the fuck is going on with Rose?
No, I don't. The scene before that where she's like losing her mind and shutting down, watching everything take place.
Yeah.
I feel like it should have just ended there, because the next scene where they're in the diner collecting weapons, because that's what the tile car said, it just said weapons. Yeah, they're going to do that. It's not, I didn't think it was necessary, and it was a little bit confusing.
But also, like, am I crazy, or like she was the main focus and it was like she was their leader?
I know, yes, I see what you're saying, but I don't
like that's just the way it was photographed.
But yeah, it was photographed like that, but I don't think that that's necessarily what they were trying to say with it.
Okay, I guess I was just confused by that tableau.
Yeah, I think it was just shot weird.
Well, but this is like a smart show.
Yes.
What they do with intention behind it. So I don't know. I feel like there's something there. I don't know.
Could be.
Could be.
But that would be so confusing after her just like, I don't know. Unless she has just reserved herself to be like, this is my life, and now I'm the boss. Much like Tony Danza.
I think Angela was the boss.
I mean, technically, yeah, she signed the paychecks, but still, who's really the boss? No,
And
it's
she's the
Angela. So
employer.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Wait, what's her name?
Judith Light.
No. Oh, no. I mean, Judith Light, by the way, did you watch Transparent?
Mm-mm.
Judith Light gives the performance of a lifetime in Transparent. It's really good. She's great. She's the boss.
Mm-hmm.
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 Yep.
Yeah.
So that's been Black Summer episode 5.
Guys, thank you so much. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today.
Thank you. It's been a whole night, and now we are just smoldering in the morning.
What if I liked that? Would you stop saying it?
Yeah, probably.
Well, we are at an impasse.
Yeah.
The name of our show is On Fire Tonight. The concept that you've explained is that we go through the night and we're smoldering
Because the fire's just been going all night, and we just don't. It's just we don't have it anymore. We are out of fire. It's time to wrap it up.
No, Tressa, our conversation is so thrilling. There's no end to the fire. Our audience is left wanting more because there's always more. We're so fucking great. We got to leave them wanting more, not leave them smoldering like, oh, well, we ground ourselves to a fucking halt.
What if we start every episode building the fire, and then by the end of the episode, it's burnt out and we're just smoldering in the morning? What if that is a thing?
I feel like we're conceptually coming at this from philosophically different places. And I want to convert you to my way of thinking.
Your way seems boring.
No, my point is that you're telling our audience that by the time we're done, it's boring. And
no, I'm saying it's been such a ride that we need to take a minute, have like an iced coffee, maybe I don't know, a 10 milligram Adderall, just something to like pick you back up, because we're going right back into it.
Fuck yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Because this fire never dies.
Well, yep, that's my point.
So you agree that this fire never dies?
That's right. I do. But sometimes on the side of the fire, there's like little smoldering bits that got away.
What if our fans were called the S'mores? Is that a fun name? The S'more Patrol, or like this?
It might be too fun. It might be too cute.
It's too cute.
Maybe.
I gotta think of a good name for this.
The briquettes.
That's not bad.
Thank you.
The briquettes. I'm picturing some really leggy dancers.
Yes.
Some high kicking.
Wearing lump coal costumes, so they're just coal with legs.
It's the most uninteresting costume.
It's just a black square. But so easy.
Do you know what you're going to be for Halloween?
Asleep, my friend.
Yowza!
Ow! You?
don't know. I always like every year I'm like making last minute decisions.
Yeah. I
So
just
probably a hodgepodge of this and that from whatever's lying around.
a hobo pirate.
I like to back before society collapsed and I
Mhm.
used to do things,
Yeah.
it was more important to me to play my character than for my costume to be anything in particular. So
Mm.
um
Yeah, I get that. I like it.
yeah.
I approve. I just recorded a pre-recorded the Halloween episode for the podcast I do on Mondays, and
Uh-huh.
everyone had to be in a Mortal Kombat themed costume, and I don't know anything about it, so I just looked up ladies in Mortal Kombat, and I had everything that I needed in my closet, so including white eye contacts.
Wow, that's something.
Yeah, I don't remember her name at all, so don't ask, but I looked awesome.
uh Not too long ago, I read an article about the guy who screams Mortal Kombat and like the evolution of how that was originally just part of a commercial. And then it got like woven into everything that's ever been done with Mortal Kombat. It was like a commercial for the video game, and then the movie franchise like
I love that.
took it and ran with it.
Imagine if they did that with every Simpsons catchphrase from the 90s.
Oh man, that show was so fucking good.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen it in so many years, but
Same.
it used to be great.
It
It
was
might
amazing.
even still be good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Mm.
Guys, that's
So,
all the time we have for this episode, unfortunately. Tune in next time. We are Josh and Tressa, and we are on fire tonight.
ooh. Okay, bye.
Bye. Stop recording on that one.
And stop streaming on. Wait, oh, my mouse has disappeared. So we're still going on YouTube. Don't say anything stupid. No, like seriously, my mouse. Where's my stupid cursor? Uh,
You're in trouble.
uh, oh, nope.